I'm Charles Edward McGee, Air Force retired, and originally I was born in Cleveland, Ohio in 1919. Tuskegee Airmen are black pilots, mechanics, and support people who, when our country declared war against Hitler, came forward and dispelled the biases and generalizations that because of the color of our skin we couldn't support our country in a technical area. Our task was to keep the air clear of German fighters that were destroying many of our bombers. You know, we thought we had enough guns on the B-17s and B-24s to protect them. That wasn't so, and that's why the escort work began. We also destroyed a lot of Germany's war-making potential on the ground. The Pittsburgh Courier came out and said, no, this is a double victory activity for black Americans, fighting against Hitler in Europe and also fighting against racism here at home. One thing personally, folks say, well, how did you face that? I said, well, I grew up learning that, you treat others like you want to be treated. So important. And then realizing that the value lessons that sustained us are just as important for the young people today and what they face for America's future and preserving the freedoms we claim we all so much enjoy. Don't let the circumstances be an excuse for not achieving. We could have very easily, they don't like me, they don't want me, and gone off in the corner with our head bowed. That's not the American way.
Hello, and thank you for joining us for this very special event as we officially dedicate the Brigadier General retired Charles E. McGee House, which now serves as the home of the Owlsley Family Veterans Center. My name is Rob Boone, and I'm the Associate Vice President for Columbia College Global Military. Columbia College is proud of our long-standing relationship with the military and veterans dating back to 1973, when the college first offered education opportunities to our service members. Today, the college operates 18 locations throughout the United States on military installations from all branches of service. It is my honor to be here today as we celebrate the official unveiling of this great new venue designed to support the college's military and veteran student community as a social gathering space to talk, study, and network. The center's expansion will enhance the high-quality service the college provides to its military students and veterans with the opportunity to host programming and open up opportunities for partnership in the military community. Of course, the Veteran Service Center would not be possible without the generous support of the Owlsley family. Their steadfast commitment to our student service members and veterans has been remarkable, and their love for the Columbia College is apparent every day. The dedication of this house is definitely one of the reasons for this event, but we are also celebrating the legacy as well as the 101st birthday of a true American hero and one of Columbia College's most treasured alumni, Brigadier General retired Charles E. McGee. He is one of the last living members of the famed Tuskegee Airmen, the first African Americans to fly in combat. General McGee flew 136 combat missions during World War II. He held the Air Force's fighter combat record for many years with 409 missions, 1,151 combat hours, spanning 3 wars, World War II, the Korean War, and the Vietnam War. Some of his awards and decorations include Legion of Merit with Oak Leaf Cluster, Distinguished Flying Cross with 2 Oak Leaf Clusters, Bronze Star Medal, Air Medal with 25 Oak Leaf Clusters, United States Air Force Commendation Medal with Oak Leaf Cluster, Army Accommodation Medal, Air Force President Unit Citation, Gallant Unit Citation, American Campaign Medal, European Campaign Medal, World War II Victory Medal, National Defense Service Medal, Korean Service Medal, and Vietnam Service Medal. He is a recipient of the U.S. Congressional Gold Medal and a member of the National Aviation Hall of Fame. Late last fall, Congress passed legislation authorizing McGee's honorary promotion to Brigadier General this past January. He received his star in the Oval Office ceremony and was a guest of the President during that evening's State of the Union address to Congress. McGee also did the official coin toss at Super Bowl 54 this past February. At this time, I would like to introduce Columbia College's acting president, Dr. David Russell, to share his thoughts on Brigadier General retired McGee.
Thank you, Colonel Boone. As a retired Army officer who is in his first week as acting president of Columbia College, I am delighted to be here with you today. I must confess I'm especially jazzed at this opportunity to join you in honoring the life of a legendary warfighter who served with distinction in 3 of our nation's wars. But the story of this quiet, humble man doesn't end with his distinguished service to his country over 3 decades. Throughout his life, he has epitomized the servant leader who develops individuals entrusted to his care, demands that they strive for perfection in all that they attempt, and teaches them to view impossible missions as just another opportunity to excel. General McGee exemplifies the values that Columbia College holds dear: commitment to lifelong learning, ethics and citizenship, civility and respect. He is guided by the 5 pillars that personally define him: family, faith, military service, scouting, and fraternity. Given our common values, it is small wonder that a small Midwestern college in Missouri would begin reaching out to returning veterans and their families in the 1970s. In 1973, the college began teaching classes to military personnel and their families stationed in St. Louis. A year later, we became one of the first colleges in the country to open a location on a military installation to educate military personnel, and that would be Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, where I had my last posting. In 2000, we launched our highly successful online programs, which made it easier for military personnel to receive their education even when faced with increasing deployments away from home. In 2019, we opened our 18th military location at Minot Air Force Base in North Dakota. And U.S. News and World Report rated our online bachelor programs as the best for veterans. Most recently, the Military Order of the Purple Heart designated Columbia College as a Purple Heart College, signifying that our institution takes care of its student veterans. Last year, we helped over 6,600 active military veterans, spouses, and dependents to pursue their dreams and prepare for a brighter future. The Owlsley Family Veterans Service Center, which will be located here in the McGee House, will serve as a social gathering place for these students to talk, study, and network. Our affiliation with General McGee began in 1978, when he enrolled in our Kansas City program and completed requirements for a business degree. He came back to see us from time to time. Since 2009, student veterans or their dependents at Columbia College have been receiving the Charles E. McGee Scholarship to help them complete their studies toward a degree. In 2014, Columbia College awarded then Colonel McGee an honorary Doctor of Humane Letters. It was the first time that Columbia College had bestowed this honor in more than 30 years. We all know that the general is a man of few words. Upon receiving the honorary degree, he lingered a bit by the microphone and paused long enough to share this bit of advice for the graduating students who had stood to give him a rousing ovation. He said, "As you march ahead, preparing to take your place in this great country of ours, remember that coming up behind you is another young person who needs your mentoring." Hero, servant leader, teacher, businessman, family man, scouter, inspiration. General Charles E. McGee is all of these things, and Columbia College is proud to call him a friend and a partner to those of us in higher education who are focused on helping veterans complete the mission. On behalf of the students, faculty, staff, administration, alumni, and friends of Columbia College, thank you all for participating in this singular event.
Thank you, Dr. Russell, for your remarks. When putting this dedication together, we wanted to make sure we covered some important aspects of General McGee's life: his service to this country, his faith, scouting, his fraternity, and family. It is my pleasure to introduce the keynote speaker for today's event, Dr. Marcus Cox from Xavier University of Louisiana. Professor Cox specializes in African American civil military history, the modern civil rights movement, African American history, and U.S. history post-1945. He's the author of over 24 articles, reviews, and book chapters in peer-reviewed journals and academic publications. He is also a fellow fraternity brother of General McGee from Alpha Phi Alpha Incorporated. Please welcome Dr. Marcus Cox.
Good afternoon. My name is Marcus Cox. I'm professor of history at Xavier University of Louisiana and author of Segregated Soldiers, Military Training in Historically Black Colleges in the Jim Crow South. I am also a former adjunct professor of history at Columbia College at the Naval Weapons Station in Charleston, South Carolina. First, I want to thank President Scott Dalrymple, Lieutenant Colonel Robert Boone, and Mr. Keith MacGyver for the opportunity to participate in this dedication ceremony. I also want to congratulate Brigadier General Charles McGee on his amazing military career and selfless contributions and sacrifices to our great nation. Sir, you are truly an American hero. General McGee's success as a member of the famed Tuskegee Airmen, an African-American Army Air Corps pilot during World War II, is even more incredible when you consider the racial, political, and economic climate that African Americans faced during the 1930s and 40s. Though the commencement of World War II brought African American optimism and hope for a brighter future, most African Americans were guarded in their expectations because of the horrific race riots and violence that occurred after World War I upon the return of African American soldiers from overseas. Jim Crow laws and the daily lynching of African American men and women continue to serve as constant reminders of African American subordination and oppression, despite President Roosevelt's impassioned call to arms to fight for the four freedoms: freedom of speech and expression, freedom to worship God, freedom from want, and freedom from fear. But World War II was different from previous conflicts. The Great Migration of African Americans to northern and Midwestern cities during the early 20th century reshaped the national political map of 1939 and encouraged African Americans to demand more from the White House and federal government. As a result, the World War II Double V campaign, Victory at Home and Abroad, reflects a historic political strategy of civil rights leaders during the 1940s. The goal of the campaign was to encourage African American support for the United States during the war while continuing the struggle for political and social rights. World War II is often described as a conflict that permanently changed America and the world forever. For African Americans like General McGee, the war offered social and economic opportunities to improve their lives through military service and support, educational opportunities, and an invigorated thrust in the civil rights movement from those experienced that sharpened racial consciousness and African American identity. On the other hand, the notion that World War II was the good war, where America came together for the benefit of the country, is not entirely true. For African Americans, the period also reflects the rigidity of the color line in America. Racial discrimination in the war industry was common throughout the 1940s, in addition to racial violence and the spread of white supremacy as a result of the migration of millions of African Americans to the Midwest and Western states. During this period, many notable race riots occurred throughout the nation in Detroit, Michigan, Harlem, New York, Los Angeles, California, and Beaumont, Texas. At the same time, African American soldiers and sailors clashed with white soldiers over a number of racial indignities and abuse on military installations and bases in America and overseas. Race riots and conflicts occurred with white soldiers and officers in Australia, Camp Claiborne, Louisiana, Port Chicago, California, Guam, and on military bases in North Carolina, New Jersey, Virginia, Nebraska, Florida, and Alabama. Race relations during World War II were not good. In fact, one could argue that poor race relations, African American military service, and economic political progress, coupled with wartime democratic ideas and principles, are responsible for the civil rights push that occurred during the 1940s and the modern civil rights movement that ensued thereafter. Thus, the African American experience during World War II is generally reflected in race relations, civil rights activism, World War II support in the defense industry, and experiences of African American soldiers that were in no way monolithic, but in many cases made an indelible impact on the lives of African Americans, their families, and the nation. Though African American soldiers during World War II experienced racial discrimination, violence, oppression, and social injustices that racial minorities experienced in the U.S. throughout American history, World War II reflected a pivotal moment in American history. Clearly, the 1940s reflect political and social change in the armed forces in a number of significant ways. For the first time since the American Revolution, the Navy and Marine Corps began recruiting African American soldiers to serve in leadership and combat roles. During the period, the Navy also assembled 2 entire African American crews on a naval destroyer and submarine chaser with African American junior officers. In 1942, the Marine Corps began enlisting the first group of African Americans at Munford Point, Camp Lejeune in North Carolina, with African American drill instructors. Many of these individuals went on to serve in combat roles in the Pacific Theater, despite the fact that it was not the original intention of the War Department. The most recognized African American combat unit of the war were the famed Tuskegee Airmen, composed of the 332nd Fighter Group and the 477th Medium Bombardment Group of the U.S. Army Air Force. Despite becoming a highly decorated combat unit with nearly 100 distinguished Flying Cross medals for heroism and extraordinary service, Major General Frank Hunter remarked, "The War Department is not ready to recognize Blacks on the level of social equal to white men." In spite of racial discrimination and social injustice that the Tuskegee Airmen experienced, they greatly contributed to the Air Corps' efforts in Europe and undoubtedly proved themselves to be the equal of white airmen. 992 pilots were trained between 1941 and 1946, and of these, 355 saw combat over the skies of Southern Europe. In all, 68 pilots were killed in action, 12 were killed in training or non-combat missions, and 32 were captured as prisoners of war. While the Second World War represents a benchmark in the modern civil rights movement, it also reflects a decisive moment in the personal and collective histories of millions of African Americans throughout the South as they sought to escape white supremacy and oppression in pursuit of employment and enfranchisement opportunities. Thus, the contributions of African Americans to the home front and the U.S. Armed Forces during World War II became a key factor in America's arsenal of democracy and the ability to defeat its enemies. Again, congratulations, General McGee. Thank you for your distinguished military career, and thank you for serving as a role model of sacrifice and service to our great nation. I am honored to be here to celebrate you as an American hero, an African American leader, and a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. May God continue to bless you in gracious ways. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Cox, for this great insight. We appreciate your time and for joining us today. Up next, we'd like to provide a quick virtual tour of the McGee House and showcase the generosity of those donors who have made this renovation and update of this space possible. Before we start the tour, we will hear from Vice Chair of Columbia College Board of Trustee, Dr. Reverend Brad Stagg, from Columbia's First Christian Church, followed by the raising of the American flag by members of the Boy Scouts of America Great Rivers Council, the Pledge of Allegiance, and the Scout Pledge.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees of Columbia College, we want to offer our thanks and gratitude to General McGee and to all the veterans who have been part of Columbia College and our rich tradition here. We do support all of our military active and veterans, and we're so grateful for all that you do. Let us go to God in prayer, shall we? O holy God, on this occasion, we gather to dedicate the Brigadier General Charles E. McGee Veterans House to your glory and kingdom. so that every veteran and their family members crossing its threshold may know that they enter into a refuge where they may find grace, peace, welcome, and honor. Indeed, may all who enter this house be inspired to follow the model exemplified by General McGee and all veterans who have lived lives of valor, courage, bravery, and sacrifice. May every veteran who gathers here find true community with their band of brothers and sisters. May every veteran who studies here discover your light illuminating their path. May every veteran who seeks sanctuary find healing, wholeness, and restoration. Lord, you teach that there is no greater gift than the one who lays down their life for another. And so in this hallowed moment, we pause to honor all who have given their lives in service to our nation, defending our security, protecting our freedom, and preserving democracy. Generous God, we also thank you for the generosity and hard work of all that have made Columbia College's McGee Veterans House possible. We especially lift up George and Gayleen Owlsley and their son Greg for their generosity when they remember their son Jay, who died in service for our country. And Lord, we also give thanks to you for the life, service, and inspiration of Brigadier General Charles McGee for demonstrating honor, faith, and duty to you, O God, and country. So now, O Lord God, we ask that you consecrate this building, the Brigadier General Charles E. McGee Veterans House, and all who gather here now and forevermore, that they be blessed by your light, your love, and your merciful grace. This we pray in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen and amen. May the Lord bless the Charles E. McGee House and all veterans who come and visit here. Thank you.
Left face, color guard, post. Salute. Raise the colors. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty, to guide my country, to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. A Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. Left face, color guard, march.
celebrate this great occasion, we reached out to numerous organizations, friends of General McGee, elected officials, military leaders throughout the country, and the public. We asked for written and video messages to be sent. These heartfelt messages of gratitude and honor truly reflect the passion and reverence people around the country hold for General McGee. Please enjoy.
General McGee, congratulations. I was pleased to learn that Columbia College is dedicating this new house in your name. It is only fitting to name the new Owlsley Family Veterans Service Center after someone who is so widely respected and revered. It is a true honor to have the opportunity to recognize a Tuskegee Airman. You embody what it means to be an American hero. Your distinguished service and selfless sacrifice during World War II, the Korean War, and the Vietnam War are reflections of your patriotism and remarkable character. Despite the adversity you faced, you believed in the mission and were determined to answer the call to serve. And you made history. Thank you for your exceptional leadership and significant impact on our armed forces. You have made our nation stronger. Again, I congratulate you for this well-deserved dedication, which will preserve your legacy for years to come. On behalf of the Department of Defense, we wish you a very happy 101st birthday.
As if celebrating this incredible milestone of your promotion to Brigadier General wasn't enough, you're also celebrating 100 years on this earth. Brother Brigadier General Charles McGee, your fraternity honors you on this day as you celebrate another milestone in your illustrious career. From Alpha Man to Tuskegee Airmen to the American treasure that you are, you represent the highest standards of the black and old gold. In Alpha, we have the 6 Ps, as you're very well aware. Prior planning prevents piss poor performance, but Brother Brigadier General McGee, you have the 4 Ps. Perceive, prepare, perform, and persevere. My dear brother, there's no doubt that you've persevered through the most arduous of times. There's no doubt that you've performed and consistently raised the bar. There's no doubt that you've prepared because your results speak for themselves. And we know that perception is reality. And the reality is, Brother Brigadier General McGee, the reality is you're a legend. You are a legend. On behalf of the greatest fraternity in the whole wide world, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, where I hold the honor of serving as the Executive Director and Chief Operating Officer, the 29th in history. The first one was SS Booker in 1909. And I'm proud to carry on the light like you have, Brother McGee. You have literally blazed trails. On behalf of the fraternity, we honor you, we love you, we wish you the happiest of birthdays. We celebrate you for your service. My brother, we salute you. 06, and remember, your fraternity loves you as you continue to make history. 06, my brother, 06.
It is my great honor to recognize and wish a very happy 101st birthday to one of our most treasured heroes and member of the distinguished 332nd Fighter Group, retired Air Force Brigadier General Charles McGee. I remember as a young boy listening to my great uncles who were tail gunners on bombers for the 8th Army Air Corps, who told stories about the units like the legendary Red Tails conducting armed escort. Your performance, dedication, and selfless service will forever be imprinted in the hearts and minds of our great nation. Your courage in combat as a member of the storied Tuskegee Airmen will continue inspiring generations to come and to rise above adversity. Thank you for all you've done and all you will continue to do for this nation. We salute you.
Hi, I'm Roy Blunt. First off, I'd like to wish a very happy 101st birthday to Brigadier General Charles McGee. I remember how proud I was of him and the way he represented our state when he was recognized at the State of the Union speech this year. Looking at him up in the gallery was a really great moment for me and everybody, thinking about what he'd done and how General McGee embodies the very best of our country and our state. He earns his pilot's flying wings with the legendary Tuskegee Airmen. General McGee fought bravely for our freedom, flying 409 missions and more than 1,000 combat hours in World War II and Korea and in Vietnam. He helped break down the barriers of segregation, changing the military forever. General McGee is truly an American hero. I can't think of anyone more deserving of this honor. The Brigadier General Charles E. McGee House is a testament to his service and dedication to the strong veteran student community at Columbia College. Happy birthday again to General McGee, and thank you to everyone at Columbia College who made this center possible and for what you do for veterans.
Hi, I'm Hal Roche, National Commander of the Veterans of Foreign Wars. And I want to thank Columbia College for its ongoing commitment to our America's veterans and service members. And on behalf of the 1.5 million members of the VFW and our auxiliary, a heartfelt congratulations on this special event. You know, the dedication of the Columbia College staff, faculty, and all those involved with the Owlsley Family Veterans Center to ensure our student veterans have the resources they need to successfully complete their education is truly commendable, and you have our utmost appreciation for all that you do. I'm honored to have been asked to participate in today's important dedication, and especially honored to celebrate the legacy, life, and accomplishments of one of my brothers in arms, a fellow lifetime member of the VFW and a fellow airman, Brigadier General Charles McGee. A true American hero, he has made incredible contributions to both the nation and to the world. Today's dedication of Brigadier General Charles E. McGee 78 House will serve to propel his remarkable legacy for generations to come. Again, thank you for allowing me to be part of today's important event. In general, you are a trailblazer and a true American hero, and I salute you. May God bless each of you, and may God continue to bless the United States of America.
Happy 101st birthday to our national treasure and legendary hero, Brigadier General Charles McGee. You represent the best of the greatest generation. On behalf of our grateful Army, thank you for your courage and your dedication. We'll never forget the incredible service of the Tuskegee Airmen. Through our service, we honor you all.
General McGee, I'm Admiral Mike Gilday, the Chief of Naval Operations, and on behalf of the sailors of the United States Navy, I want to wish you a happy 101st birthday. Today, sir, as Columbia College honors you, we also pay tribute to your service and your sacrifice to our nation. We are grateful for your selflessness these many years and all you have done to help secure the blessings of liberty that we all enjoy today. Best wishes to you and your family and beloved Columbia College. Happy birthday, sir, and thank you for all you've done. God bless you.
On behalf of Columbia College's Staff Association Advisory Council, we wanted to express our deepest gratitude and appreciation for the sacrifices and dedication you have made for this country. Words will never be enough to thank you for your services. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
It is fitting today to honor one of our distinguished alums and an historic member of the famed Tuskegee Airmen, Brigadier General Charles E. McGee. His inspiration, dedication, and dogged perseverance not only vaulted him to great heights, his legacy has shown that he has encouraged many young people to ignore negativity, rise above challenges, get a good education, and follow their dreams. A proud Eagle Scout, National Society of Pershing Rifles, and Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity member with a long list of military career and decorations and accomplishment, General McGee impacted many individuals of all walks of life. Today's festivities are a testament to a true American patriot.
I am Damon Roth. I am the chapter president of Beta Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, and I'm here today to say thank you to Columbia College for allowing us the opportunity as a chapter and as an organization to be a part of Columbia College in their dedication and their work with Brigadier General McGee. He is actually our oldest living past president of our organization in our chapter. And so when we celebrated 100 years, we brought Brother McGee to be one of our keynote speakers at our Gala New Year's Eve event to celebrate as we started our 100 years in 2019. He has actually inspired us, and one of the things that he says is that you have responsibility, and it is best to mold and mentor those to follow behind you. And that is something that we as a chapter, and me personally as a chapter president, have taken to heart, standing on the shoulders, and we're trying to fill the shoes of great people that came before us, and so we're trying to do our piece. He continues even at this day, over 100 years old. We reached out on Veterans Day just to say, hey, hope you're doing well. We wish you the best, and we continue to pray for you and your family. And we appreciate all the things that you've continued to do and been an inspiration to us as members of this fraternity and members of these communities. Kansas City Alpha's, our chapter is the largest chapter in the state of Missouri. And I would like to say that many of the things we do are brought together because of people behind us that built us up, or our foundation. Brother McGee, we have a veterans program for him that we give monies to a military family at the end of the year, and we have named that in his honor. It's the McGee Award. We appreciate all you've done, and thank you, Columbia College, for recognizing such a great man and such a wonderful past alumni of your organization. And we look forward to being part of anything that you would like to do, and we look forward to participating as much as we can to help Columbia College and recognize our dear brother McGee. Thank you very much, and again, if you need anything, KC Alphas, contact us at kcalphas.com. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Tony Dungy, former NFL coach, coached a long time with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Indianapolis Colts, but I also coached with the Kansas City Chiefs. It was a special time in my life, and so that makes it all the more exciting to be with you via video today with Columbia College as you honor one of your special alumni, General Charles McGee. Congratulations, General McGee, not only on an outstanding career, but 101st birthday. How awesome is that? What a blessing from the Lord, and we are just grateful to be able to celebrate with you. And for me, as I heard the story, it became even more special as I read about your time and your service with the Tuskegee Airmen. It's phenomenal history, phenomenal pride that I have in those African American pilots. But even more personally to me, my dad was actually a member of those units as well. And as I have gotten to know a little bit more about the airmen and all the just intense work that you guys did, I just beam with pride. And not only did you help protect our country and keep us safe, but you set a bar. You actually showed how to overcome adversity, how to overcome racial prejudice, how to do things in an excellent manner that couldn't be denied. And so we appreciate that, we celebrate that, and I'm right along with the Columbia College Board here honoring you, just tremendous. And I just want you to know that as the first African American coach, head coach to win a Super Bowl, a lot of the inspiration came from your group. The men who said, we're not going to be denied, we're not going to let anything stand in our way, we are going to make our country better, we're going to make it safer, and we're going to show that African Americans can fly and fight and do it excellently. And because of what you've done, you have people like me who are able to achieve things that maybe people didn't think were possible. You have people like my nephew, Brandon Dungy, who's now a pilot for Delta Airlines. Wouldn't have been possible without the sacrifices and the determination that the airmen showed. So thank you, General McGee. I hope you have a great birthday and a great celebration tonight. Thank you and God bless.
Happy birthday, Charles E. McGee, and also congratulations.
And now a message from former President George W. Bush. Greetings to all those gathered at Columbia College for the dedication of the Brigadier General Charles E. McGee House. Charles is a good man who served his fellow Americans with honor and distinction. As a member of the legendary Tuskegee Airmen, he fought for the liberty of all mankind and changed our country for the better. I was pleased to have met Charles and proud to have presented him with the Congressional Gold Medal. The Brigadier General Charles E. McGee House will be a wonderful resource on campus and will serve as a permanent reminder of this brave patriot's service to our nation. Thank you for naming this important facility in his honor. Laura and I send our best wishes to Charles for a very happy 101st birthday. We are grateful to all those who made this special celebration possible. May God bless you, may God bless our troops and veterans, and may God bless our great country.
As we close this event, we would like to thank all those who sent video and written messages in support of the Brigadier General McGee House dedication. All video and written messages were sent to General McGee for him to enjoy at his leisure. Thank you again for joining us for this very special event and for your support of Columbia College. Stay well and happy holidays.
We go into the wild blue yonder, climbing high into the sun. Here they come, zooming to meet our thunder. Atom boys, give her the gun.